What do you think of when you hear the word California? Is it the sunny weather or is it the expensive cost of living? Maybe it is the presence of your favorite artists and actors. Today we will talk about the in and outs of California. Covering an area of 163,696 square miles, California is the third largest state in the United States in area, after Alaska and Texas. Divided in two by the Sacramento-San Joaquin River Delta, the northern portion, the Sacramento Valley, serves as the watershed of the Sacramento River. The southern portion, the San Joaquin Valley, is the watershed for the San Joaquin River. The Sacramento-San Joaquin River Delta is a critical water supply hub for the state. Water is diverted from the delta and through an extensive network of pumps and canals that traverse nearly the length of the state, to the Central Valley and the state water projects. Water from the delta provides drinking water for nearly 23 million people, almost two-thirds of the state's population, as well as water for farmers on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. A majority of California's cities are located in either the San Francisco Bay Area, the Sacramento metropolitan area in Northern California, the Los Angeles area, the Inland Empire, or the San Diego metropolitan area in Southern California. Since the state is a part of the Ring of Fire, California is subject to tsunamis, floods, droughts, Santa Ana winds, wildfires, and landslides on steep terrain. California also has several volcanoes. It has many earthquakes due to several faults running through the state, the largest being the San Andreas Fault. About 37,000 earthquakes are recorded each year. Most are too small to be felt. Most of the state has a Mediterranean climate. The cool California current offshore often creates summer fog near the coast. Farther inland, there are colder winters and hotter summers. The shoreline summertime temperatures of Los Angeles and San Francisco are the coolest of all major metropolitan areas of the United States. Even the San Diego shoreline bordering Mexico is cooler in summer than most areas in the contiguous United States. Just a few miles inland, summer temperature extremes are significantly higher, with downtown Los Angeles being several degrees warmer than at the coast. The wide range of climates leads to a high demand for water. Over time, droughts have been increasing, becoming less seasonal and more year-round, further straining California's electricity supply and water security and having an impact on California business, industry, and agriculture. In 2022, a new state program was created in collaboration with indigenous peoples of California to revive the practice of controlled burns as a way of clearing excessive forest debris and making landscapes more resilient to wildfires. Presently, close to 1 out of every 9 United States residents lives in California. The United States Census Bureau reported that the population of California was 39.54 million on April 1, 2020, a 6.13% increase since the 2010 census. The Greater Los Angeles area is the second largest metropolitan area in the United States, while Los Angeles is the second largest city in the U.S. Conversely, San Francisco is the most densely populated city in California and one of the most densely populated cities in the U.S. As of 2019, California ranked second among states by life expectancy, with a life expectancy of 80.9 years. Starting in the year 2010, for the first time since the California Gold Rush, California-born residents made up the majority of the state's population. Along with the rest of the United States, California's immigration pattern has also shifted over the course of the late 2000s to early 2010s. Immigration from Latin American countries has dropped significantly, with most immigrants now coming from Asia. In total, for 2011, there were 277,304 immigrants. 57% came from Asian countries versus 22% from Latin American countries. Hollywood and the rest of the Los Angeles area is a major global center for entertainment, with the U.S. film industry's big 5 major film studios: Columbia, Disney, Paramount, Universal, and Warner Brothers. The 4 major American television commercial broadcast networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, as well as other networks, all have production facilities and offices in the state. As the home of Silicon Valley, the Bay Area is the headquarters of several prominent internet media, social media, and other technology companies. 3 of the big 5 technology companies, Apple, Meta, and Google, are based in the area, as well as other services such as Netflix, Pandora Radio, Twitter, Yahoo, and YouTube. Other prominent companies that are headquartered here include HP, Intel, Microsoft, and Amazon also have offices in the area. Silicon Valley is a region in Northern California that is a global center for high technology and innovation. The term Silicon Valley refers to the area in which high-tech business has proliferated in Northern California, and it also serves as a general metonym for California's high-tech business sector. California's economy ranks among the largest in the world. As of 2022, the GSP was $3.6 trillion, that is $92,190 per capita. California is responsible for 1/7 of the nation's GDP. The state recorded total non-farm employment of 16,677,800 as of September 2021, among 966,224 employer establishments. As of September 2022, California has an unemployment rate of 3.9%. As the largest and second-largest U.S. ports respectively, the Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach in Southern California collectively play a pivotal role in the global supply chain, together hauling in about 40% of all imports to the United States by TEU volume. In 2008, California exported $144 billion worth of goods, up from $134 billion in 2007 and $127 billion in 2006. Computers and electronic products are California's top export, accounting for 42% of all the state's exports in 2008. Per capita GDP in 2007 was $38,956, ranking 11th in the nation. The Central Valley is the most impoverished, with migrant farm workers making less than minimum wage. According to a 2005 report by the Congressional Research Service, the San Joaquin Valley was characterized as one of the most economically depressed regions in the United States, on par with the region of Appalachia. Using the supplemental poverty measure, California has a poverty rate of 23.5%, the highest of any state in the country. However, using the official measure, the poverty rate was only 13.3% as of 2017. Many coastal cities include some of the wealthiest per capita areas in the United States. The high-technology sectors in Northern California, specifically Silicon Valley, in Santa Clara and San Mateo counties, have emerged from the economic downturn caused by the dot-com bust. In 2019, there were 1,042,027 millionaire households in the state, more than any other state in the nation. A study from 2022 found that if California was an independent country, its GDP would rank 5th in the world. State spending increased from $56 billion in 1998 to $127 billion in 2011. California has the third highest per capita spending on welfare among the states, as well as the highest spending on welfare at $6.67 billion. In January 2011, California's total debt was at least $265 billion. On June 27, 2013, Governor Jerry Brown signed a balanced budget for the state, its first in decades. However, the state's debt remains at $132 billion. Because it is the most populous state, California is one of the country's largest users of energy. The state has extensive hydroelectric energy generation facilities. However, moving water is the single largest energy use in the state. Due to the high electricity demand, California imports more electricity than any other state, primarily hydroelectric power from states in the Pacific Northwest. Crude oil and natural gas deposits are located in the Central Valley and along the coast, including the large Midway Sunset oil field. As a result of the strong environmental movement, California has some of the most aggressive renewable energy goals in the United States. Senate Bill SB 1020 commits the state to running its operations on clean, renewable energy resources by 2035, and SB 1203 also requires the state to achieve net zero operations for all agencies. California has one major nuclear power plant in operation called Diablo Canyon. The San Onofre nuclear plant was shut down in 2013. California's interconnected water system is the world's largest, managing over 40 million acre-feet of water per year. Water use and conservation in California is a politically divisive issue, as the state experiences periodic droughts and has to balance the demands of its large agricultural and urban sectors, especially in the arid southern portion of the state. The California Water Wars, a conflict between Los Angeles and the Owens Valley over water rights, is one of the most well-known examples of the struggle to secure adequate water supplies. This has developed into a battle between environmentalists and farmers, and between the South and the North, and between rural and urban. And everyone has been fighting for the last 4 decades about water. In sociocultural mores and national politics, Californians are perceived as more liberal than other Americans, especially those who live in the inland states. In the 2016 United States presidential election, California had the 3rd highest percentage of Democratic votes behind the District of Columbia and Hawaii. In the 2020 United States presidential election, it had the 6th highest behind the District of Columbia, Vermont, Massachusetts, Maryland, and Hawaii. According to the Cook Political Report, California contains 5 of the 15 most Democratic congressional districts in the U.S. The state's trend towards the Democratic Party and away from the Republican Party can be seen in state elections. From 1899 to 1939, California had Republican governors. Since 1990, California has generally elected Democratic candidates to federal, state, and local offices, including current Governor Gavin Newsom. However, the state has elected Republican governors, though many of its Republican governors tend to be considered moderate Republicans and more centrist than the National Party. Several political movements have advocated for California independence. The California National Party and the California Freedom Coalition both advocate for California independence along the lines of progressivism and civic nationalism. At the end of the day, California boasts its diverse landscapes, from its beaches to mountains, offering a plethora of outdoor activities. Its vibrant cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco are cultural hubs, fostering creativity and innovation. The state's economy is robust, leading in technology, entertainment, and agriculture. Its renowned educational institutions attract talent from around the globe. Moreover, California's allure lies in its fusion of natural beauty, economic opportunities, progressive values, and cultural dynamism. If you would like to see more of this content, please consider subscribing.